Hi, hello everybody. Welcome back to PILX. This match is going to be Bash versus SDEM. I am your caster, Gelos, joined here by my co-cast, Zangief, once again.
We
We
back.
back! So this match is going to be a little bit more interesting for a few reasons. We'll start with the roster. Let's go right into that screen next. For the Bash team, you'll notice a lot of familiar names. That's because Bash is actually the formerly Bax A, Help, Surge, Alps, all of those. It's just a conglomeracy of all of those teams. Plenty of familiar names here like Smellborp, Savagery, Mike Honcho, Josh the Sniper, Zangief. Wow, that's an interesting
Hey,
name.
it's me. I'm on this team.
Whoa, Coach, Tellian, Moons, E-Dubs, Lost in Time, Kaiser Falk, Monkey DG, lots of familiar names there. Lots of Jaeger experience between all of these guys. With the 10v10 format, it does feel like something that they would be able to really grasp and potentially even do very, very well in. So I'm very excited to see how they do. For the SDEM team, you actually know a little bit more about this team
Yeah,
specifically,
I mean
right?
it's essentially DDRG plus. I mean it's got a lot of the familiar faces you would know from DDRG plus a lot of different faces that have come in and joined into this group. You know, a lot of really talented players on this team. Arguably, probably one of the favorites. Honestly, they just have that combination of pure skill individually and also the team play aspect. You know, there's also a lot of familiar faces in there like Hearts on Fire, Galo, Essing, Master Bob, who has really been he's been on one lately. He's been really good. And there's also some other people mixed into there too.
Hey,
A land
Moby.
whale from Emerald, yeah, Moby
Moby.
Man's also on there, yeah. So they're a bit of they're essentially DDRG plus. Bash is more of like the Frankenstein's monster of PILX teams, just a
I
real
feel like
hodgepodge of
feel
different
like the
teams.
decal really accentuates
Yeah,
that
yeah.
particular point. Yeah, it's a very interesting lineup here for both sides. I'm very excited to see how both these teams do, as I have not been able to actually cast either one of these two teams with preseason at all. So I am, like I said, I'm very excited to see both of these guys coming out and playing. Um,
Yeah, I
let's
mean, I've I've
actually.
uh, I've seen some of SDM play in this preseason. They, as you know, as I mentioned, they are one of the favorites. They look like one. They just the cohesion is really strong. They play really well as a group. Their medic play is on point.
Yeah,
They definitely look like one of the favorites for this tournament right
yeah,
now. Bash, on the other hand, you know, it's taken some time because, like I said, we're like the Frankenstein's monster
yeah.
of pill teams. So you know, it's a bunch of different people playing with each other for the first time. But I would say it's been a bit of a mixed bag. You know, individually, there's definitely a lot of good talent on the team. It's really about getting the team to play as a group, and we've definitely gotten there as time has gone on. We've had some results where we've done extremely well. We've had some results where struggled a little bit, but still like performed well. It's not like we got run off the park like in 4 minutes. You know, just playing against teams like Fiji, who are one of the other favorites for this tournament, which obviously is always going to be a tough task.
Yeah.
We've definitely put in a bunch of work on Fort Liberty. We've had some scrims here. We've done a bunch of internals here, just kind of familiarizing ourselves with playing 10v10 here. So um, while we definitely don't have a lot of experience as a team compared to SDEM, definitely been trying to grind this map, especially.
Yeah, and speaking of that map, you just mentioned it. Today's match for this particular matchup is Fort Liberty. For those of you who are not familiar with Fort Liberty, which might be a lot of you, as Fort Liberty is not something that is normally played in almost any tournament, Fort Liberty is a very, very unique base. It is super symmetrical in most spots. There are some differences on the underground area, but the biggest thing about Fort Liberty is it has both a top and a bottom section, allowing a lot of different flanking opportunities, a lot of different movement, and it's just a very unique base in that way. Let's actually go right into the in-game screen, and I will show a little bit of that off, in fact. So the spawns, let me just go ahead and find one of their buses here, if they've already placed them, hopefully. It looks like they have. Okay, so the spawns are on each side, which the base is kind of centered in a diagonal shape, but this bus is in the southeastern section, the other bus in the northwestern section, and what this allows you to do is you get a run up to this stairwell, and you can use this stairwell in the back over here for a push inside, but that is a slow and inefficient route. You would mostly be using this top area for a flanking route to do to the other side over here on this double stack, and you can actually get into the bottom section here. Now your more direct route, we'll start from this side here, is actually going in straight from either this side over here on the right when you're coming out of your garage bus, right here. Going in from here, you'd see the other side through this shield wall. You should both be seeing each other around the same time as well, as the timing does match up exactly right. And here is the point. It's just a small 4-square building on the bottom floor. And then, of course, there are more flanking opportunities when we're talking underground as well. This top section over here where this extra stairway is, and of course, this one extra spot up here, way, way far away, you can use if you're, say, getting camped fairly hard by your own base. From that door there, if you're on the, I believe this is the NC team, so that would be the Bash boys. If you're getting camped out from one of your sides, you can easily move over to the other side there, get a flank going, and actually get a little bit more wiggle room. It's very, very difficult to sort of camp on this particular match, or map rather, because there's just so much movement that can happen in so many different areas. It is a huge map. It's probably one of the biggest in the tournament map pool, I'd say.
Yeah, besides like what, Waterson's.
Yeah, I would say Waterson's probably equal, but for different reasons. This one has a lot of this one has a lot of like different floors going, where Waterson's is not just different floors, but a lot of open areas as well. This one has a ton of cover in every section. All right, so it looks like both teams are saying they're about to be ready to go, but before they completely get done, I do want to go over who exactly is playing, as we do have those lineups on the script. For the Bash Boys, we have CCDMC, Lucas, Tellian, Josh the Sniper, Moons, Coach, Lost in Time, and RC, is it B3? No, RC03, I'm sorry. It's hard to read. I have the OBS screen at a small scale.
You fool.
And then SDEM, we have Kirk, Coops, Leptons, Felsi, Landwhale, G-Power.
The match will start in 1 minute. The match will start in 1 minute.
Edradicator, Gylo, Docpi, and Joe Crema. So it's a nice lineup. I believe some people might be missing on the Bash team, but that's not too big of a deal. We don't use the scores there just strictly for scores or anything like that. It's more for let me actually go into the screen there. It's more for just my kill feed, so I can see who exactly is killing who. All right, so we're gonna start out watching. Why don't I start with the Bash team, honestly? I was going to start with the SDEM, but I'll start with Bash.
I will start with SDEM then.
The reason why I say that is Bash team has a very specific player that I always love watching, and that is Josh the Snooper. You will see why. He is a very silly and eccentric player. We will see.
Oh, you don't like watching Coach?
Listen, Coach.
20 seconds.
Coach is basically a normie in the eyes of Josh. Okay, that's.
10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off. So I'm seeing at least 4 medics here on the Bash side. Maybe 5 even. I can't quite count. Maybe 6 as well. There's a lot of Bash medics.
Yeah, I think we see about 3 or 4 heavies for SDM and a Bolt too. Kirk is playing Bolt. Kirk has really been popping off on Bolt, so should be interesting to see how he plays on Fort Lib.
Yeah. And we have
most of their team pushing into the point right now. They have a small flank going on right now, but most of them pushing into the point.
The Bash team also is doing a quick flank here on that north side. It looks like they've already got the one player there that they were worried about, so they're going to go ahead and push on in. Let's see if they can do some damage here now that they have the back side. They are getting some damage in. They got Felsi down. Medic has just thrown a resonate, so they're likely to get everybody back up if there's no push coming in. Oh, and that flank has now full died. So that is SDEM with point control. That is now going to be 3 minutes 50 seconds until the cap goes through. We'll see if Bash can come back and get a push going.
Yep, and SDEM already setting up here, right outside the point, which is the right move, but I don't think...
Looks like Bash is not going for that one, actually. It looks like they've completely gone for the flank right away, in fact.
Yep.
Now, a couple of the SDEM guys did notice this flank. Not all of them are moving this way just yet. Smart move, I'd say, but they don't realize that almost the entire Bash team, I think, is actually moving to this flank. Unfortunately, the Bash team's still having a really hard time actually pushing this through anyway. A couple of them have gotten the flank going, though. They have actually moved on that north side, it looks like.
The revive nade going out on the stairs. Moons
is
still
frags,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their medics are still alive here on the stairs, though, so they should be able to keep getting people up to keep the fight going.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Galo pushing them, though. Galo going in with the
trying.
knife.
Oh, no, he goes down to Galo with that knife.
Galo.
And there goes the last medic on the flank side for Bash team. SDEM absolutely holding this down.
Yeah.
Let's see what Bash does to try and counter this a bit. Looks like they're going for that same route over there. Maybe thinking, oh, actually, you know what? I take it back. They're doing a 50-50 split. We got, looks like Moons and 2 medics over here on the bottom side. A very strong player to be pushing in. Unfortunately for him, I think one of his medics just died, but he might be able to get back up. I don't think that's a safe press, personally. Oh, no, he actually managed that. That was good patience there. So on this bottom side is just Moons and 2 medics, and he has more than enough to really do some damage there if he can get in there. Meanwhile, on this northern side...
They're closing down on this, on these SDEM guys. Oh, but...
Oh, yeah, this one player, though,
Coop's still alive here.
Yeah, he was holding on this flank. He might be able to get a medic kill here if he can manage to reload
Medic's
his NSW.
Well.
Oh, but he's getting taken out there. Menace coming in. And there they go. Okay, Bash back in control of point. Now they can do the same where they try and push in and get the camp going. They've taken out the bolter. Kirk gone.
And they definitely needed this. They did not want to prolong SDEM having control at that point because they know how to shut it down and just play that kind of game where they just choke the life out of you. They're grouping up really big on these stairs here, so we'll see what their move is.
Yeah, huge flank coming in, but we do see Big Pooper here. That's Coach and Moons both pushing in on this top side.
The Bax boys doing it.
The Bax boys at it again. Moons has already gotten himself 1 kill, but it wasn't enough because there are medics up there to get him back up. Coach going down, but he gets back up as well. Coops gets taken out, but he's getting back up. It's just a game of who can kill all of the medics first. And right now, it might be Coach getting the medic. He takes him, but here's a Resnade. Resnade gets his Eradicator back up. Coops goes down. It's just G-Power over here. Moons and Coach, along with Man for One, might be able to get in here. They've taken out the last top section area player, but unfortunately for them, their team has actually lost the bottom side, so their flank might be a bit risky here. They have taken 1 medic out, but of course, more medics down there is just going to mean that they're going to get right back up. So they've instead chosen to retreat a little bit here. RC03.
Oh, SDM getting aggressive here. Doc P, he's shuffling his way out of there. He's going to get Joe Crema up.
I think I'm hearing the blitz there from a few of these players. Which is, you know, it's not the perfect choice, I'd say, but it's a decent choice for these close-range fights. Is that the blitz? I can't quite tell. I don't have enough experience listening to the blitz, I'd say.
I don't know.
Yeah, it could be one of those ARs that I just don't quite remember what it sounds like. Looks like Bash has taken.
About the Carnage, actually.
It could be, yeah. It's very possible because they have very similar sounds, and you don't really hear the Carnage very often. So it looks like Bash has gotten point back. Oh, you know what? No, I take it back. This is absolutely a blitz that he is holding here. Yeah, that is that Lucas? Lucas there on the Bash team. Menace going down early, but plenty of medics here to get him back up. But look at this big rush here by the SDEM team.
Going in from multiple
angles. Coops taking 2 out. goes down afterwards, though. Lost
Oh,
the time on that side area. Getting chased by Kirk.
The revive nade going out for Bash.
Yeah,
oh, they got big numbers
yeah,
coming in
big
now.
numbers. Now they're pushing back right on that flank where they were at. There they go. They've taken a lot of the SDEM boys out. One medic there with the infinite fire glitch, but now it's fine. Looks like Bash continuing to stay in control. They are doing very, very well here against a super strong team too. This is very impressive.
Well, I noticed Gelos kind of pushed in a little aggressively, and he didn't have his medics with him, so when he died, nobody could get him. So they lost a pretty heavy fragger there on that initial push, and that did not help. But now it's oh, and he gets taken out again.
Coops and Eradicator both going down there. G-Power, the only one left alive. He's gotten everybody up, but look at this push here by the Bash team. Takes everybody out on that flank.
Yeah, but
meanwhile, the
big push on the point by SDEM.
Yeah,
though.
huge push over here. While that flank would have been dangerous, this main push being the big push, you know, when you don't do anything about that, that's not really going to stop anything.
Bash pushing in aggressively though. They are not afraid to challenge him. PC off the revive.
Yep. It's SDM continuing to stay in control.
They're throwing
right
revive
now.
nades in.
Now Bash isn't far behind though. They are just at the door already. Moon's here a little low on health, no shields as well. He does go down as he pushes over.
Oh, what?
So does Coach. Josh, however, might be able to get a couple. He gets two. Beautiful job there by Josh. But unfortunately, more medics there.
Look at Jorb go.
Josh, here we go. Can he get more? No, he goes down. But he did stall them just a little bit there. It does allow for some people to start getting into position. That is what you want to see. Now, SDEM back in full control of that point. Let's see how quickly Bash can actually recover from this. Those Vandals coming in from the medics are really, really strong. Those are super powerful weapons in this kind of range. Coops here trading out with CCDMC. He's close enough to get res, but so is the other player. G-Power here with a push. We gets one with the Vandal. Goes down afterwards, though, but of course, more medic. Menace taking out one of the medics. Can he get the second? Doc P does get a kill there. Menace with the push onto another medic. Gets him. That's a clear here for this corner. They do have to deal with Kirk the Bolter, but no medics there to res when he goes down, and he does go down. Bash here with a big push. They do have to deal with about 2 more players on the side, 1 more on the inside.
Ooh, nice clearing.
Very good clear here by the Bash team. That does seem like they've actually gotten a lot more cohesive than the first couple of minutes of this match, and they're playing a lot better. They're recovering a lot quicker than they were earlier. You can see here SDEM holding back. Very smart move by them. They're not just pushing in with a couple of them. Eradicator goes down, but of course it doesn't mean much when you got plenty of medics like that. Eradicator coming back up, pulling back just a little bit. Let Coops go on. And of course, they are the flanking team. Let's see if Bash makes the same mistake where they focus the flank team and don't focus the push team. This is the push team right over here, headed off by Landwhale and Doc P. They've already had to, Bash has already had to pull back quite a lot. Josh now going back behind the building, goes down. The flank team still holding a lot of our Bash boys way back there. And now they themselves are getting flanked by the main push.
Ooh,
oh, but look at this sneaky little angle we have here. Bash holding in here in the back end. And they actually have more than enough numbers. They could push this back out if they can get the frags. Oh, but Gelos coming out and getting a triple there.
Gelos is just...
Beautiful job.
Yeah, he's on one right now. He's got the knife out. He's got the...
Can he get someone? No, oh, well, maybe. No, he goes
finally
down.
taken down, though. What a run for him there.
Yeah, and then there's the rest of the SDEM team coming around on the backside. They're finally clearing out the last couple members. Man for One, I think, is the last one. Nope, Moon's last one goes down. One more resonate coming in for the SDEM team, picking up anybody that might have dropped down. But of course, everybody is up. Coops and G-Power here holding on that flank angle, waiting for, this is where a majority of the team has been coming from for the Bash team. It does seem like a decent strategy, as there is a lot of areas you can wiggle around in. Oh, but look at this! SDEM learning this. They have dropped in from the bottom, from the top side here, and actually taken out the entire team with the flank. Beautiful job.
Really, really smart play there.
Now Bash changing tactics a little bit. They do have a main force coming in from the bottom side this time around, the south.
Yeah, but Gelo's he's gonna be head glitching there with a medic tether. That's it's tough to break.
Yeah, it is.
He's just so good at those head glitches and those angles.
Josh, the snooper here, goes down as he attempts to get a quick peek. That is Bash team once again wiped. But look over here on the north side where we have a big push coming. While that small force was pushing in on the bottom side, another flanking force was coming right in onto the point. They're actually getting the cap started right now. They do have to deal with people coming back onto this point very quickly. If they can get these good angles going, this still might be a good hold for them. They've already taken Kirk. Big push coming in here on the side. They've taken out Menace and Lucas. And they've got reses coming out for everybody who did die. Bunny Hop's coming out. Tellian going down. Everybody is now dead for the Bash team. Or Resnade coming out, but it doesn't matter. It goes right back down. 27 seconds until the cap goes through for the SDEM team at this point.
And Josh now switching with Bolt, by the way.
Yeah, I noticed that. Which is surprising, as it seems like he was having a good time with that Vandal early.
Yeah. 10 seconds left. It's obviously this one looks like it's going to be all set for SDEM on this half. They just did a really good job of locking it down at times, especially like, you know, when you'd see Bash kind of get onto a point like that, they didn't have their full numbers, and you know, SDEM is just able to collapse pretty much the entirety of their team on them. And so really solid half from both teams,
Yeah.
but SDEM really showing off why they're one of the strongest
Considered a favorite,
teams.
yeah. Very, very strong team there. All right, so that was the first half there. 1 point going to SDEM. Let's go ahead and put this on the score. So, you know, we can still see, though, that even though Bash, you know, they did ultimately lose on the first half, they still did well in terms of cohesion as well as flanks, and they did pretty decently on kills. They're not too far behind SDEM in terms of kills. Let's take a look here. So, for the Bash team specifically, we have CCDMC coming in at 27 kills. He's actually top frag of the game as well, even though SDEM outfragged the Bash team. CCDMC actually got more kills. And then we have a close second with Gelos on the other side and Coops on the other side, both coming in at 26. Lots and lots of kills here, though. CCDMC, Moons, and Menace were great picks for their specific heavy players for the Bash team. Those are all very, very good players. Menace with a long-range Gauze Saw, I believe he was using. Moons and CCDMC very good at sort of aggressive pushes. The SDEM side, though, hard to counter Gelos. Coops also did phenomenally well with how aggressive he was. And of course, when you're backed up by super strong players like Essing Power, G Power, and Doc P, you know, those are incredibly good odds that you're going to have a good time on your particular flank. And then, of course, Kirk with the bolt, a very, very, very good shot he is. And then Josh, the sniper, unfortunately, he had a little bit of a rough game. But at least the medics didn't do super bad on the Bash team. A couple of them, you know, just doing a little bit under a 1 KD, but that's okay. That's really what you want from your medics. You want them to be more focused on getting the team up, not focused on just getting the frags. They need to make sure they actually get those people up. And that is, I think, what you saw a lot of SDEM do. They made sure that they stayed behind cover, and that's a big, big part of how this format plays out. You got to make sure that you're staying behind cover with your medic. Okay.
Now we're just seeing if any subs.
Mm-hmm. So far, we don't have any for the SDEM team. I don't believe we're going to have any for the Bash team, as far as I can tell.
Probably not. Yeah, it looks like SDEM is going to have some subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned, but they said yes.
Yeah.
Said definitely. So
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
We'll see who it is, though.
All right. So let's take one more look here at the scoreboard so we know who we might be subbing out first. All right, so for the SDEM team on this first half, we had Coops, Landwhale, Gelos, Joe Crema, Leptons, Felsi, G-Power, Eradicator, Doc P, and Kirk. These are all really, really good, strong names for a team. So I'm interested to see if they have any subs anyway, who they would swap out for who. Only a couple of players on here, I would say, you know, I don't quite recognize, but I mean, just based off the score alone, I mean, clearly they're all doing pretty well.
Menace did mention this in the chat, and I did also notice this. Something was off with the stats, because I know
the stats are wrong, because there, I think, was a couple of people that weren't on the script when we started.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know, it's not a kill-based scoring.
Yeah.
But it is.
But I did notice that there was like was off. But I don't know how. I don't know.
Probably not
how
by
much
too much.
Yeah.
Maybe each player by maybe like 2-3 kills at most.
Yeah. I think Menace had. Yeah.
Gelos, I am noticing you gave SDEM a point despite Bash being the winner of the first half. Oh, that's on me. I apologize there. That's the automated score bot. That's doing that. I'll have a 10-minute look at that. He's the IT guy around here. He's gonna have to drive up. It's gonna be a while though. It's gonna be a while. He's got printers to look at.
Match will start in 1 minute.
So both teams are ready. So I'm gonna go watch SDEM again.
All right, very good. I will go and watch the Bash team. We'll see if they pull any shenanigans. Oh, I'm in the wrong garage. Let's go over here and I always get these two mixed up.
It's almost time, Beebs. Hope you're excited. We're excited for another exciting second half action of Planetside Infantry League Extreme Beach Volleyball.
God, if we could have beach volleyball, you know how many more viewers we would have.
We can make it happen.
Good lordy glory.
We can make it happen.
10.
Oh, I'm so nervous, Beebs. Hold me.
5.
How much
4,
I would pay
3,
for it.
2, 1. Round start.
Josh the Sniper versus Gylo volleyball match. Finally, my dreams come true.
Doesn't look like.
For the Bash team, I'm seeing about the same comp here, and I don't see any players subbed out either.
Yeah, so it looks like it's the same teams.
Yeah, so I think we're good there. Nobody really to sub out, which makes sense. Both teams, I would say, were doing pretty well. I would say that the Bash team just needs to focus a little bit more right on the early part, and they might just do fine. And look at this right now. They've already gotten Gylo down, which is a super strong player. So taking him out right away, very, very good boon to the team right off the bat. Moon's here getting picked back up. Gylo's in a terrible spot for a res, so he's unlikely to get back up here unless a resonate comes out. So early time here on the cap by the Bash team. Land Whale with the flank. Nobody noticed him.
Yo, with
and another flank.
He's taking them all on.
Oh, and a big resonate.
Bro.
Moon's finally going down. On point there, SDEM getting somewhat control of the point, but they are actually going right back down as the Bash team has come back in with the resonate. So there it is again, 3 minutes, 35 seconds now until the cap goes through. Now remember, they can, I believe, if they cap quicker than the SDEM team did on the first half, I believe that means that they get the win in a draw. Am I wrong about that?
I would have to consult the official rulebooks there, Beast.
Yeah. Would you mind doing that for me? I just want to make sure.
Okay. Fine, I'll check the rulebook.
Thank you. Yes, for the person in chat asking if that is a Yumi, that is a Yumi. It sounds like Josh is using a Yumi today. You know, I know of a couple of French people that really love their Yumis, so it doesn't mean that it's a bad gun. Now, we do have SDEM back on point. They've cleared Bash out just a little bit here.
Yeah, so it says base cap for both teams will have a third round. Base cap for one team and a time cap for the other will lead to a win for the base cap team.
Okay, so there'll be a third round if there's a base cap on the for one of these teams.
Yeah. So Bash really needs to play for the point here. SDEM could really just settle for, timing them out, going the full 15.
Yeah.
Not that obviously with this format, you don't want to go the full 15. You'd like to win as fast as you can, just to, not delay it. But when this team's got their back against the wall like Bash does, they're going to be playing really hard. So you got to match that intensity.
When their Bash is against the wall.
When their bash is against the wall. Woo! Lepton's in here. Staying alive against Menace. And he's got another medic. Oh, he's still alive! Oh, he goes down.
Yep, finally goes down. SDEM now with a small push back onto point, as Bash has hit the point, but unfortunately only one player, so he's going to go down right away. Second medic trying to come in, doing some work, but he doesn't actually get a res off. RCO3 trying to get a little damage off from the side. A lot of the Bash players have already gone down. This is not a great
Kirk out
sign,
here with
but
the bolt.
Resnade. One medic down for the SDEM team. Can he get a second? No, he goes down to Coops, and then here comes the rest of the SDEM team coming back in on point, making sure that is secure entirely. Josh the Snooper here on the side goes down after trying to use his Yumi again.
That was actually pretty big from Kirk. They didn't realize, I don't think SDM realized that medics were reviving in the corner of the point building, and he was just picking them off one by one with that bolt and making sure that they did not get the full revives out. So nicely done by him.
Yeah. CCDMC getting picked back up here as they push in. Maybe they can get Doc Pete. Nope, not only
Nice
a little
picks,
bit of
but
damage.
revive nade going out.
This is a decent-sized push here, however, by the Bash team, and all they need is a little momentum. They can get right in on point. There's not very much here that can stop them if they ball up like this.
Oh, Joe Crema.
Flank is now dead. Doc P has taken one, but he's going to go down right after that. The medic's picking everybody back up. Here goes the big push by Bash. They're trying to deal with Kirk. They've taken Kirk. A second player on the side, Land Whale, going down to Lost in Time. Meanwhile, on point, we've only got a couple players left. Bash coming in, taking out the medic, and the second medic has fleed. And he goes down outside. Meanwhile, on the other side, on the north end entrance for the SDEM team, they are starting to slowly come back in. Coop's gone down, but he's going to come right back up. Medic's there to pick him. Oh, but the flank by Lucas, absolutely decimating that flank. So that's going to be a little bit more time here for the Bash team to get themselves set up. Now, what's interesting here is it looks like the SDEM team might just be coming from the top section this time around. They're not going to even bother the regular entrance.
Josh with the warden now.
Wow.
Took out one.
Yeah, Josh just keeps switching his gun to something completely different.
Now we're seeing a bunch of kills for SDM. They're gonna try and push their way in now.
Everybody else out here is playing plant. Josh is out here playing gun game.
Oh, big revive nade going out, but they're all looking at it. They're all looking at it.
That was not great, unfortunately. Yeah, the Bash team all going down on that flank, and that is the Bash team full wipe. They have to come back in from their normal entrances, but you saw how much time they just got on that point. I mean, and they almost got it back to neutral. So another big push here by the Bash team. They're just going to go right in. Looks like about 4 or 5 medics, 2 heavies going right in from the north side entrance. Man for one, jumping up on that top section, getting some head glitches going. Resnade's already going out. I think that was for the red team there. I think Coops is ready to get res. They're watching him though. Coach just looking at him, ready to go. Oh, but here comes the flank. Joe Crema
from behind.
Doc P, Joe Crema, Coops back up. Coops goes back down.
They're reviving in their face.
Oh, wow, this is an absolute cluster right now.
Oh, boy.
But Bash manages to come out on top, just barely there. Beautiful job there by the Bash. Beautiful recovery by the Bash team.
Yeah, but SDM still has numbers here.
Yep, and they are holding them off really, really well.
Should give them time for their guys who have died to get back here, since they're going to have to redeploy at this point. They're getting some picks, though. They're going to keep them. They're going to keep them out of here. And Menace going down in a bad angle too.
Land Whale going down to Coach there as he pushes in on the side. They're going to have a nice angle as they push around. If these guys don't notice here, the SDEM team at Draticator and Felsi both going down. Here comes Gelos to take a look at that side, and here goes the rest of the Bash team actually pushing in on point. Meanwhile, on that back side, Josh the Snooper and RCO3 both going down.
Big kills from SDEM here. Big kills.
Yeah, huge flank coming in from the top stairwell. Menace gets another one. Menace finally goes down. They've ended his reign of terror.
Yeah,
but Man for One still alive in here. Goes down.
No, he doesn't have anything. CC here a little too late, though. Oh, he might be in trouble.
Oh, a Resonate just came out. I don't think that's going to help.
That was from Lost in Time.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like
they're-
that only
they're-
hit a couple people, and that's not
Yeah,
really
but hidden
enough.
CC are pushing in.
Ah, and there
Oh,
they
the
go. They
medics
go
are still-
down. So that is still SDEM in control of point. Just barely they held on to that, but that was really, really good recoveries there by the SDEM team.
Amirish belongs to the
Okay.
sovereignty.
Well, we took
Well
Amherst, so.
All right, hey, thanks everybody. We got
Hey.
Amherst. How did that happen?
Great
This
news.
is Jaeger, right? What happened there? All right, well,
Someone was busy.
yeah, someone's out there doing shenanigans. So we've got the Bash team here on the north side.
Failure is not the
Moon's
path
trying to get a head
enlightenment.
glitch, but unfortunately he had no health when he peeked. He went down
Oh,
immediately. And
they're
here
behind
comes that
again.
dirty flank again from the
Yeah.
top section.
Such a nice move by SDM.
It is.
They do-
SDM really knows the Bash team well already at this point. They've just taken advantage.
Oh, the
of,
revive nades out.
yeah, they've taken advantage of
Oh.
that flank every time now.
There's still a medic alive. I think he
Tellian,
just
how
got
are you alive? He goes down.
He got
finally.
the revive nade out though. I
Oh, he
think.
did.
Oh, he did. Bro, they're still going.
Oh wow, this is again, this is a cluster.
Yeah.
Big pooper finally taking out a player, and actually this is
Somehow
a
Bash won
recovery
that.
by Bash.
Will you truly
And this is
allow
what this
yourself-
format
Tellian, the
really
MVP there, actually getting that resonate out means that they got a recovery there.
Yeah, this is the weirdness of that format, right? I mean, it's just like it feels like SDM has just completely dominated that engagement, but the revives keep coming out, and eventually you just keep, there's nothing you can do because they just keep getting up. You're gonna run out of ammo, and then you have to resort to your knife, and then it's too late. So it's just how this format goes, right?
Yep. Push here by the Bash team. They've made it back onto point. But unfortunately, some of their guys behind actually already went down. The SDEM team actually has this big flank going on the top side, and they've already pushed all the way back onto point. Looks like they've taken a couple people out, and there's only a few Bash members left back here in this side alleyway, and they're getting pushed. Here comes Doc P, taking out Tellian. RCO3 almost dead there. Oh, another
They
push
don't
by
realize
Coop
that-
taking a double, and there goes the last one. Is that resonate for blue? That resonate
Yeah,
was
it
for
is.
blue. Big pooper, 86, goes down. Coach dead.
And about 45 seconds left on the cap, so it's really, again, Bash has to cap in order to force a third round. So looking pretty grim for them at this point.
Yeah, this is I almost, I would say, something we can call, but honestly they're doing a good job still getting their recoveries in. I mean, these are still just the group stage matches, so it's good to get your experience in and figure out how each of these teams are playing out, because this is it's still really good experience, and to especially learn your own cohesion, which I think Bash is doing a really good job. They're really figuring out their cohesive.
Also, unfortunately, this was a very tough group. This is
absolutely.
a very rough group to be in, to be quite honest with you. So
There you go.
So that's it for SDM with the big win there.
Yep, SDM gets their second cap, ending the game there. Let's go ahead and put this on the scoreboard. All right, so taking a look at our scoreboard, we have a little bit more of a significant difference in kills, I would say. The Bash team at 260 kills, SDEM at 333. What's interesting to note is Bash, despite, they didn't get as many kills, they had a lot of important kills a lot of the times. They got, those one or two very important people on a flank every now and again. They've got those one or two people as they were trying to recover every now and again. Those were very important kills. So while they didn't get the most kills, they got very important people sometimes, which is good to see. Prioritization sometimes is a better thing to do, to make sure you get, like, the medics, say. If you can get the medics down, you can actually get a push from an angle going a lot easier. The SDEM team, however, they were always on very good angles, and especially on very good flanks. I think every single time they wiped out the Bash team, it came from a flank. We had them coming, if the Bash team made it into the point, the SDEM team came in from the stairway. If the Bash team was coming in from their north entrance, the SDEM team dropped in onto that north entrance from the hole in the floor. So there's very good play here from the SDEM team. They were very, very smart about how they played this map, and it was so prevalent there. Top frag of the game, by the way, goes to Coops, who had a medic leash for quite a lot of that, and it really allowed him to push very aggressively a lot of the times. He was either on the flank or he was just in there. He was always in there getting, somebody killed, and he was a very, very strong player there for the SDEM team. We saw him so many times, either leading the charge or leading the flank. Very, very good. And
He
of
was
course,
all over the place.
yeah, and of course those medics, those guys were super important. And look at the score lines for these medics on the SDM team too. G Power, 33 kills, 26 deaths. He's actually positive KD, which is really, really nice to see for a medic.
And Stock P too.
Stock
Look
P
at
as
that.
well, yeah,
38,
38 and 25, even better. So these are two very, very good players in general. Putting them on medic definitely seemed like a smart play. They were doing very well. All right, do we have ourselves any captains we can interview? Who do we have down there? I don't actually know who we would be interviewing for the Bash team this time around. I don't know, because I didn't see Smellborp playing.
Maybe,
so
maybe Hickey or Menace.
Hickey or Menace?
Possibly. Maybe.
Oh, I just said interview without a question mark. It sounded more like a command. Oh boy.
Now
I meant to put a question mark.
Now they're expecting it.
Oh boy. Ooh, whoops. And then we have for the SDEM team. Who is usually the captain for that team? Is it Geilo? Is it Doc P?
I mean, I don't know if Doc P's the captain on that team. I feel like Geilo would probably be the...
Right?
I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. Somebody in the chat maybe wants to...
Yeah. I'll poke them both. I'll give Geilo the interview question mark. There's... There's CC. He's poked me with the OK ... There we go. All right, so we... Hold on, let me grab Geilo as well.
User was
all right.
To your channel.
Hello, both of you guys. We got CCDMC here for the Bash team. We got Geilo here for the SDEM team. First of all, congratulations, Geilo, for your first win of the tournament there. You guys did great. Very, very well. Just super smart plays overall. That said, CC, you guys seem to really figure your cohesion out very, very quickly. It was a little bit all over the place right at the beginning, but you guys picked that up, and you got a lot of really good recoveries in throughout that match, and it was very, very nice to see. So good on you guys. We have just a couple of questions for everybody. First of all, for the Bash team, coming into this, because this is Fort Liberty. This is a map that even I'm not super well associated with. I don't know it super well. How did you come into this expecting how you could play this out?
So I think we've played like one practice match on it, and I think that was against Speedway if I remember correctly. Otherwise, we've just done internals, and I know Menace and Smellborg, Savagery, all of those guys, our team leads, put in a lot of effort to come up with a strategy, which, we were just going to take main tunnel because that was the fastest route, and then we'd have Charlie, who was 3, be on the flank. And it definitely worked at times, and other times you could see that we just didn't have much map experience to deal with SDMs or SDEMs, really good team play, and their great flanks that often caught us off guard.
Yeah, and those flanks were incredible. Geilo, coming into this, how much research did you do to figure out like how to move everybody in these like really good flanking spots?
We're basically still using the same strats as in the Scrum Masters back in the days. We got a lot of people with a lot of experience from back in the days, and they brought that experience into the new team.
Okay, so just the experience level there from the old Scrim Masters.
Yeah, so we're basically still using the same setups where we have people watching both main entrances, and then we rotate accordingly if we see a lot of players on one entrance. Yeah, and it seemed to work out rather well.
You guys moved super fast when it came to getting your flanks off, so I feel like that really did play super hard into this win. And of course, the Bash team, one more thing to be said, your recoveries were incredible a lot of the times. Your medics were playing so well sometimes. We saw you, everybody goes down, but somehow there's still a resonate, and then one medic gets up, 2 medics gets up, 3 medics gets back up. Going into this, how has your medic play been in the preseason? Does it seem like it's kind of stepped up really, really hard?
So medic play is something that is obviously very important, and that's something we've been working on a bunch. I think that there were errors on both the medics as well as the heavies, positioning errors, whether to take the fight or res. But yeah, that's definitely something we've been working on, and I think we've definitely made improvement, like a lot of improvement. So props off to the medics that were keeping us heavies up.
Well, you both teams did a great job. Congratulations once again to the SDEM team. Geilo, you guys did great. We're going to go ahead and end the stream here because we do have one more stream on this channel in about 20 more minutes. I just got to get everything set up and we will restart the stream once again. So thank you to both teams coming out and playing. GG to everybody, and we will see you in a little bit. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.